Hello everyone. Welcome back to ProMind classes. Hope you all are doing well. As we are continuing with our NCRT series, we are doing class 7th NCRT, chapter number 3, Our Changing Earth. Topics in the chapter that we will going to discuss: lithosphere, lithospheric plates, movements of lithospheric plates, movements of Earth, endogenic forces, volcano, earthquake, exogenic forces, major landforms, work of a river, work of a sea waves, work of ice, and work of wind. So let's get started. Lithosphere. The lithosphere is the outer solid shell of the Earth. And what is lithospheric plates? The Earth crust consists of several large and small, rigid, irregularly shaped plates which carry continents, and the ocean floors are called lithospheric plates. And what is the movement of lithospheric plate? These plates move around very slowly, just as few millimeters each year, because of the movement of the molten magma inside the earth. Now we will discuss about the movements of earth. The earth movements are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them. And there are two types of such forces: endogenic forces and exogenic forces. The forces which act in the interior of the earth is called endogenic forces, and the forces that work on the surface of the earth is called exogenic forces. Endogenic forces. Endo means inside and genic means origin. Endogenic forces sometimes produce sudden movements and at the other hand times produce slow movements. Sudden movements like earthquake and volcanoes can cause mass destructions over the surface of the earth. Volcano. A volcano is a vent or an opening in the earth crust through which molten material erupts suddenly. And what is earthquake? When the lithospheric plates move, the surface of the earth vibrates, whose vibration can travel all around the earth, and this vibration are called earthquakes. So the places in which the crust where the movement starts is called focus. And the place on the surface above the focus is called epicenter. And earthquakes can't be predicted. However, the impact can certainly be minimized if we are prepared beforehand. So, some common earthquake prediction methods adopted locally by people, including studying animals, behavior, fish in the ponds get augmented, and snake comes on the surface. Earth's preparedness, where to take shelter during an earthquake, and a safe spot is under a kitchen counter, table or desk, against or inside the corner of a wall. Stay away from fireplaces, area around chimneys, windows that shattered, including mirrors and picture frames. And how we can be prepared? We can spread awareness among friends, family members, and if we are facing any disaster, we should try to face it confidently. Now we will discuss about exogenic forces. Exo means outside and genic means origin. And you can see the table of the Earth's movement, in which it is given endogenic forces and exogenic forces. And in endogenic forces, there are sudden forces and disaster-phoric forces. In sudden forces, there is earthquake, volcano, landslides, and in disaster-phoric forces, it is building mountains. Likewise, you can see in the exogenic forces, it is erosional and depositional. And in this, it is river, wind, sea waves, and glaciers. Now, we will discuss about major landforms. The landscape is being continuously worn away by two processes. The first one is weathering, and the second one is erosion. Weathering is the breaking up of the rocks on Earth's surface, and erosion is wearing away of landscape by different agents like water, wind, and ice. Now, what are the work of a river? The running water in the river erodes the landscape. When the river tumbles at steep angle over very hard rocks or down a steep valley slides, it forms a waterfall. As the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming large bends known as meanders. And due to continuous erosion and deposition along the sides of meander, oxbow lake is created over time. The flooding results in deposition of layers of fine soil and the other materials called sediment along its bank, which leads to the formation of a flat fertile food plain, and the raised banks are called leaves. As the river approaches the sea, the speed of flowing water decreases and river begins to break up. And the breaking of river into a number of streams is called distributors. The river becomes so slow that it begins to deposit its load. Each distributary form its own mouth, and the collection of sediment form all the mouth forms a delta. Now we will discuss about sea waves. The erosion and deposition of sea waves gives rise to coastal landforms. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks, cracks developed, and which they become larger and wider. Thus, hollow like curves are formed on the rocks, which are called sea caves. Over time, these cavities become bigger and bigger. Only the roof of caves remain, which results in the formation of sea arch. Further, erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left, and these walls-like feature are called stalks. The steep rocky coast, rising almost vertically above the sea level water, is called sea cliff. Now we will discuss work of ice. A glacier is a large mass of ice continuously moving over the land surface, which to erode to the landscape by bulldozing soil and stones to expose the solid rocks below. Glaciers crave out deep hollows. As the ice melts, they get filled up with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. The material carried by the glaciers, such as rock, big and small, sand and silt, get deposited, and these deposits form glacial moraines. Now we will discuss about the work of wind. Wind is the movement of air caused by uneven heating of the earth by sun and earth's own rotation. Mushroom rock. In desert, rocks are present in the shape of mushroom, commonly called mushroom rocks. Winds erode the lower section of rock more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrower base and wider top. When the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another. So, what is sand dunes? When it stops blowing, the small falls and get deposited into low hill like structures which are called sand dunes. What is loess? When the grains of sand are very fine and light, the wind can carry it over very long distance. When such sand is deposited in large area, it is called loess. And large deposits of loess is found in China. So, here we have completed this chapter. Hope that all your concept regarding this chapter is cleared. Hope that you like this video. Do share this video and please do subscribe our channel. Thanks a lot for your support. Stay tuned with ProMind.